Today we're going to be focusing on one of the best solo players in Warzone 2, maybe one of the best players in Warzone 2 in general, and that is going to be Metaphor. Just got signed to the Toronto Ultra as a content creator and is one of the few content creators that mainly grind solo. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of look at how they play certain situations and see what we can pull from it, because they clearly have a lot of playtime. When you actually look at them on like the leaderboards and stuff like that, the amount of kills, wins, all those accolades that they've had since Warzone 1 still carries over, and they're an absolute grinder when it comes to this game. And the main thing that I like to do is look at top tier players, because there's a lot of little things that maybe they do that maybe you wouldn't do yourself. And that allows you to get more kills, but also to play different situations so you can inevitably get more wins. And I'm not saying you're going to end up dropping 40 plus kills after watching this, but there's going to be a lot of things that maybe you pick up. Instead of getting 7 kills, maybe you get 8. Or instead of getting 8, you get 12. Or instead of winning once a week, maybe you win like 4 times a week on your solo games. So he's landed in, he plays uber aggressive, comes through, takes this guy out. There is a counter in the air, so you kind of got to be aware of that when you're actually taking on different engagements. He's going to take that out right away. You can see he's a little bit outside the zone. We will pause and we'll draw on the screen. I do have tools to allow me to do that. He is a keyboard and mouse player, which is incredibly rare and unforgiving when it comes to Warzone in general, because the aim assist is so dominant. He comes up, takes that guy out, easy enough. He still has a counter UAV to work with, has 2 kills right off the bat. And to give you a little bit of perspective on this match, is the previous match, he had 40 plus kills, on pace for world record, which I believed was 43 at the time. And this was when Bird's Eye was in the game and all that stuff. And this is like a couple days ago. So it's the game as it is currently, with the fast TTK, with the limited buy stations, no changes from season 3 that is coming up. And it's going to just be kind of impressive to be able to come through and get taken out. Obviously, he should have lost a gunfight. That guy was clearly bad. He missed some shots. He lucked out. And that's one of the things that you'll probably see in the comments. People go, it's a bot lobby. Well, duh, you do get these lobbies on occasion where the general skill maybe feels lower, but when you get into 40 plus engagements and you have a 150 player lobby where probably about half the lobby is generally bad, you're going to run into a lot of bad players. Even in a quote-unquote sweaty lobby, it means the other half of the lobby is decent. So we'll see kind of how that engages. He's already grabbed his loadout with a broken Magnum that we talked about probably back at the beginning of the year before Season 2 dropped. And they didn't really nerf it. It's still pretty much broken, and you'll see how fast he kills with this thing. And you can see he started off kind of slow here, kind of like still kind of checked out from his previous match where he had 41 and then got disconnected and missed his opportunity to get the 43. And this one, he doesn't even really know that he's going to go on to break the 43 and then some. So there's going to be a lot more engagements along the way. I will put a link to his channels down in the description. He posts YouTube videos regularly with a lot of off-meta stuff too. So if you're interested in maybe like an off-meta weapon, but still a good build, he has those. And then he streams probably about 10 plus hours a day, depending on the day. Maybe he skips a day here or there. So we do have the bounty here. He comes through, full sends the red dot on the mini map, comes through, ends up destroying this dude. And you'll see with this Magnum, it ends up being tons of cheese. But luckily, the person he killed was not the bounty. So he's going to end up having to work over here to the bounty. And then that'll give him some money, 4,000 cash, which generally you're not short on money. You're short on things to buy in Warzone 2. So you'll just have to rotate and figure that part out. So he comes through. There's another person on top of the building here. And you can see there's someone on the other side, and he's rotating to this person in the water. Potentially could be on a vehicle, but they are swimming. You can see he went for the live ping. And that's something you can definitely do with the water. And he kind of had, you can see he was kind of just tapping wherever, based off the information from the dot here. He was just spamming here, wherever it was, and making sure that, oh, that's, you know, where it is. Oh, it's over here, here. He's just doing random pings, gets a live ping, doing the live ping thing again, and then spots the guy. Even though you're not really likely to do a lot of damage. Oh, I guess it's not a hemlock. He's using, what, 7.62? Still pretty good, but mainly in solos because of the ammo change, with it only being 45 round mag and the nerf to damage output at the furthest range. So he takes that guy out with, again, the broken magnum, and then is going to be able to loot real quick and then get out of there. With this position now, you can see we're on the outside of the zone, and then the people that were here are going to be coming in, and they're going to be rotating in. So that's kind of why he's already heading out this way. He already knows that there was like 3 red dots by the little mall area, and we'll see kind of what the engagements look like as he comes out of the water. But it should be one person probably rotating to this garage, and then he'll be able to come through. He is getting hunted. It doesn't look like the people are close because it's only 1 red bar, as we can see there, and it should be able to get a little bit closer. So he's still mauling from the previous one. High alert comes in clutch here. We don't really know where that person is. I believe the range on high alert still much closer, so he takes that guy out, and you can see his movement. He does like a drop shot, like almost not snaking because there's no cover, but he does kind of like he does that little like tap crouching thing. A little bit more common on keyboard and mouse because it has a dedicated keybind versus controller, but still doable on a controller if you go ahead and tap it with the timing right, get down, go prone, come back up, and get a full drop shot in the mix there. And it makes yourself a much harder target to hit. And that's one thing that allows like some keyboard and mouse players have to excel at, is their ability to do movements like that regularly, because they cannot afford to be hit with aim assist, so they got to make it harder, right? And make themselves a really hard target to hit. Looks like that guy was flying in. They do have plates. He's going to go ahead and swing on them. He's already broke them. They likely do not have good guns, and then he just slams them easy. And then he's going to kind of get this guy on this jet ski looking thing. He's live pinging him. Couldn't get him. He still has this cluster mine to work with, which those are generally overpowered, but for this play style, they're not as great, only because you're not like locking down a building for a win. He generally plays at 100 miles an hour, where he's literally pushing everything, and from that you get a lot more reps than somebody that plays for a win and maybe gets 5 engagements a match, which is nothing wrong with that if you're going for the win, but he's trying to go for a high kill win, primarily for the content part of it, but also because there is a skill associated with getting in those reps and getting in more engagements. So he deletes that guy, but getting up on top of there, he's gonna hope he hits this nade. He ends up killing the guy with the nade. What a clutch nade! Because he got to time the self-revive. In solos, you got to assume almost everyone has a self-revive. So you kind of got to plan it out that way. And you can't be over-aggressive, because if he kind of tries to jump up there or something like that, the guy's going to be pre-aiming the routes, and then you just get demolished. So he's coming through here, casually just getting some kills. Sorry about the quality being like 720p on the video. He's already at 8 kills with 82 up. Keeping in mind that the gulag's still going on, so half of the people that have died still having the potentials to come back. So he goes and takes that guy out. There's another one over here on the LTV. It looks like that person got out. The vehicle rolled down, so he's out in the open. That guy kind of misplayed it, and that's the ammo situation I was talking about. He took out one and got the other, but he's able to get a quick reload in. He's only rocking the 30, gets an extra attachment. And the solos, you kind of get to play with that a little bit differently. That guy decides to run. Maybe you realize, hey, you know what? That guy chowed me, and he actually was pretty good. I'm going to avoid that completely. Did he destroy his vehicle? He did. And there's another guy coming over here on the ATV. Pretty easy kill. Oh, watch out. No. Oh, shoot. And there's no skill with that gun. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's normally how it goes. So if you're not using that for close range and solos, you're kind of like costing yourself, at least until it gets fixed, patched, nerfed, whatever you want to say. It isn't entirely broken like a shotgun, but even better, because its biggest weakness is it only has 5 bullets, right? So, you know, destroyed, 2 tapped, and there it is. In worst case scenario, it's 3 tapped. So it's pretty quick, catches them off guard, and right here, easy kill. The guy going for the loadout, taking his time, comes up on a couple extra kills, and this is like a quote-unquote like slow start for a world record, especially for as many kills as this. So the lobby must hold together pretty well, with him only having 12 kills and was 65 people up. It's not, that's just crazy. Comes up on LTV, which is nice. Already has a gas mask sitting on 27,000. Really not going to be able to buy much besides a UAV, some plates. Smokes it as a precaution pretty much every time if they have it, just because there's almost always someone camping up in this top left section in this little building, and they're essentially looking down at the buy station from there down to here. And that's kind of how people play that, because that is one of the rattiest spots. We did a spectating random one time. One guy was up there for approximately 7 minutes of the match, and he stared at the buy station about 85% of that time, rotated, and then got destroyed because they cared more about getting one kill off a buy station than trying to think strategically about where to position next. So they weren't on the end where they were trying to win, and they weren't on the end where they were actually trying to improve and get more kills. And that's the problem. If you're in the middle there, you're kind of like, what are you doing? You're kind of wasting your time, at least in my opinion. I think there's range where you could have fun or do some stuff, but I think you should, you know, generally be actively, if you're not just playing around and have fun, you should be actively trying to get in more engagement so you can improve, or you should be actively trying to improve on how to win. That person, they were just kind of going through the motions. I don't know if they were bored, but that's a whole other story. So clearing the building, and the extra reason why this gun favors his playstyle is because of the aggression. He has to be able to close the gap and close that distance to get the maximum use of this thing. Oh, there it is on the buy station. What a little ratty play. Takes that out, checks it really quick, and nobody's in there. They just put a claymore down just to be ratty. So he cleared that out. There is one in this building to the right, and then you can see that there's one directly in front of him by this car. So he's going to push this one, probably take them out with the 2-tap. There's somebody coming up on the hill by the vehicle. We can kind of see the red dot there, and then we're moving across. So he's pushing through. Again, super aggressive, because the audio in this game still isn't great, even though they are actively improving it. It's not great. The guy is working towards by the car. He is on a little bit higher elevation. There is a little up arrow above the guy's thing. He comes out and already aiming where they're at, because you have to maximize the UAV. The UAV disappears so quick. You're limited on the buy station. So for every UAV you get, you have to try and get 1 to 2 kills. There's no way about it. You're not getting a kill and going, oh, there's people over there, and don't push as fast as possible, because you having that intel is way more powerful than not. Runs over some AI, going for this stronghold here, and this is the black site. So he's going to be able to take out this juggernaut, and we'll see how they handle it. So he takes this guy out. That was a real player where the guy was distracted. That happens pretty often. You go into a black site and it's already contested. A lot of times it's really hard to differentiate where a real player is. There's a real player sneaking in. Damn, this is where he's able to get some few kills. He must kill the entire lobby from here, because there's 49 players left. He only has 16 kills, taking on the juggernaut, and he puts himself at a disadvantage because of how the fire is going to work with this. Get to cover. Holy. Shotgun might be able to do some stuff. He might have heard someone up top. Nope, it's just AI. He nades them, beams them, and got the kill. There are the other advantages with the black site. If it's positioned well, you get good enough intel to know where other players are around the map. Because that pulse on the UAV is so huge, it actively works like an actual UAV for you for a long period of time. Effectively the length of the match, as long as it's in zone. So it gets a couple advance, and the advance is one of the most critical tools, especially late game, for a win, because then it gives you a whole picture of what's going on, and based off that intel you can make a judgment call on where you need to position, where you need to rotate. In his case, where he's going to be able to pick up a couple extra kills. Other people, where they're going to rotate to potentially power position up to get a win, and let all the other teams third party or fight each other so they can get the third party and effectively get the last kill at a disadvantaged player. And that's how battle royales are played. Essentially, you're trying to get an advantage on other players. That's where the black site comes in, gives you that pulse. There's still a couple people in the area. Some are highlighted. One right here, right in front of them. Going in here, should be able to be pushing them aggressively, take them out instantly. You can see the footsteps now. So it looks like the guy creeped around. There he is. Instantly deleted. And then the other pulses, those are still AI. Gonna kind of leave those alone probably, and then rotate to this edge of the map where we can see that there's like 3 people on the edge of the map there that he'll be able to work towards and kind of hold that side. The only other thing here is AI. Might get to this vehicle because it'll be faster. Popping the UAV most likely once he gets closer over there. He just swapped it so it doesn't accidentally use the advanced UAV, because like we said earlier, that's going to be a tool that's essential for endgame, right? When the zone doesn't pull towards your black site, right? So we already got 19, which 20 is a lot of people's way higher than people's PR in this game just because of how brutal the gameplay loop is. And there's plenty of matches where he doesn't have a great game, but for the most part, he's very consistent at getting high kill and dying to some BS like we all die to, right, in the game. So comes through. There, this guy is looted up, all airstrikes, doesn't really have the inventory about it. That's one of the biggest changes with the backpacks. You're not able to hoard aerial streaks. Another kill coming around the corner, destroys the dude 2-tap. And that's the thing, it is a 2-tap. So if this gameplay shows you anything, it's how broken the Magnum is, the Basilisk, is for solos. Sitting on 70,000, again, nothing to buy. Maybe with next season, they'll add, remove some limitations or increase the limitations on the UAVs from the buy station. So there is someone in here. That UAV is still going off from the black site, and essentially winning the black site against the Juggernaut has paid dividends and allowed to him to get like 5 kills. This person's getting traded out. He's going to let him stay there because he wants him to revive. He wants to get him up because he didn't get the kill, and then he gets the kill off the guy, and then that stacks up. So now he's up at 24. Because of the black site, it fed him like 4 or 5 kills. And that was huge, right? And then he backs off so he can go ahead and loot appropriately. Still sitting on $87,000 as a solo, which is ridiculous. And then there's another one over here, and he's going to rotate 100% directly towards it. I don't even think he realizes that he was going to break the world record with this one because of the previous match. Oh, there's another person over there. Those people probably won their gulag and they came back. And fortunate enough that he got like a god tier black site spawn. He's probably going to go for the people further. And there it is. So he should be able to push up this guy up the hill. You got to kind of spot where they are. Vehicles, they're going to 3-peek and spot where they are. Goes in, and there's the guy. He almost died there because he only get killed in 3 shots instead of 2. And he kind of like took his finger off the trigger, but lucked out, still deleted the dude. Gonna go back in the vehicle. You can see that there's a couple people on this outside that are gonna rotate in. There's 2 people further out, getting an overhead view of the map to decide where he wants to go. But there were 2 people directly in front of him on this vantage point towards airport, towards this direction, all the way across here. You can see there's 3. 1, 2, 3. He popped the advance, so that was the intel he wanted. At this point, people do have ghosts. Takes that guy out, reloads, and then there's still 2 more he could push. And ideally, he wants to push the ones that don't have the directional, I would imagine, because they don't have ghosts. But free kill out in the open. The guy's got to rotate. Does the vehicle swap, which is pretty smart. Backs off, gets back in, and utilizes those. And this is where the thousands of hours of playtime pays dividends, because there's certain things like what he just did was super technical, and each step was done seamlessly and flawlessly, where the average player might struggle to like even think that fast. But he's done that and made hundreds of mistakes to make it muscle memory, so he knows exactly what he's able to do. And that's why he's able to talk so casually while playing, because all those hours definitely does pay dividends on your ability to make muscle memory decisions and not have to actually think about it. The vehicle is drifting away. His black side is still clutch. And then he's got another person on the edge over there that he's going to be pushing pretty aggressively out in the open, under the bridge or on the bridge. Somebody just came back from the gulag. He's going to come through here. He's peeking. There's the guy. Easy. He probably could have got him better with the Basilisk, but still manages to take him out. Sitting on 30 plus kills here and 20 left. So pretty much he needs the entire lobby at this point.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jailbreak. Oh my god. So now he's just like, oops, it's possible, depending on how many people come back. Okay. And the reason why a lot will come back is they probably see his numbers and at least 5 are spectating. So there's at least 5 people that are coming back. total people in the lobby ends up being 50-ish with that, and he's going to be able to take that out. So there's 2 here. Black side is the clutchest, but he can't have these 2 fight yet. He needs to kill them without them fighting each other. He thought the guy was in the corner. He ends up being in a different corner, and you can see that there. I know there's the skeptics out there, but clearly he thought the guy was in the first corner because the mini map isn't perfect, and he comes around and gets the guy in the other corner. So process of elimination. I know if he was in the first corner, people be like, how'd he know he was right there? Well, he didn't. He just guessed, and he just assumed. And that's where more likely where somebody's going to be. So that's kind of where that is. There's someone in the building right next to him. It looks like there's 2 people. He shoots the vehicle. Oh, man, that sucks. These are the jailbreak people coming out. He ends up getting another kill there. So it's 2 total. This guy's coming back. He throws in a good nade, double nade. And then he disables the vehicle. The guy's got to get out. And that almost got sketched because of that. He's got to remember that needs to get reloaded. Backing off, there are people behind him and in front of him, but there's like a total of 6 people behind him or in front of him right here. So we got 1 here, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, 7, 8, 9. So this area normally is where people will go to that far left, just because that's where more people are. Is that the best position to be if you're trying to win? No, but he is on pace to break a record, and he's going to go aggressively for it. You see he's doing the live ping again because the visibility in the game can suck a lot of times. And you can see he's back to the Basilisk, comes through. There is a little bit Claymores there. He clears that out. Guy comes through, has 0 chance. Does land a bullet on him. So he's not a bot. The dude literally is shooting him as quick as he possibly can. And then he does the little, drop shotting bounce back up there. This guy's in the gas. Got to rotate over. Could be a free kill. And then I think there's another one inside the building. He's in the bottom now. Easy. There's a 3 tap. And then there's 2 more on this behind him building, but he's got to try and get this one. Oh, that was kind of an awkward nade. He still got him. What a clutch nade. W. Holy, he's on 38 with 13 up. He technically, for the record of 43, he would have needed 5 kills to tie it. But he's still got a lot to work with here. Again, Black Site is showing the entire zone what is going to be in play for the rest of the match. So I don't know if that should be like that going like the entire time. That's kind of crazy. Just good pull. Gets this guy. That guy's probably more of a bot. Ends up taking him. Wall bangs him. That's one of the nice things with the AK weapons is they have a little bit better bullet penetration. For whatever reason, at least that's the way it feels. So it comes through. There is another guy over here that has to rotate in. Is going to be able to catch him. Out in the open. It looks like they're working their way from the bridge. He might have been AFK or something like that. I don't know. Or he was positioned to the left. Rotating all the way back around this edge. There's another person coming out of the gas. Super easy play. There's another one up in the building that they're going to have to rotate out. So he's going to be able to catch them when they jump or when they run across. Gets a quick plate in. Just pre-aiming, waiting for him to come over. Easy kill. Another one jumps across. Doesn't really get the kill on that. Does a little bit of damage. My run of 45 would have been a little bit more just for how fast and hectic that is. Or a Hemlock could have been better even in this situation because the damage per mag is slightly better. And then he's going to come through here. There are, what, like 3 people left right here that he can see. Doesn't want to make a mistake because he's 1 off the record to tie it. Comes in really aggressive.
I got it.
Got it. 43 is the record. He's still going to build on top of the record, and that's the key. Comes through again, broken Basilisk.
I fucking got it, dude. No fucking
And in case you guys don't know, he's probably tried to go for the record for at least a couple hundred hours. And didn't think it was possible because of the change to the bird's eye perk, where it basically gave you unlimited UAV. Right? He locked out, ended up getting an unlimited UAV anyways. Again, I'm going to link his channel in the description. Make sure you go ahead and check him out. He live streams all the time, posts videos daily. I'm going to link his YouTube and his Twitch, and we'll see kind of how he closes this thing out. He's in a top 3 situation. Really can't see where anyone's at. He does put down the precision down. Kind of backs off. Someone is behind him. He gets down. He manages to take him out. 47. What a clutch timing there. But that's how fast you can die instantly in this game. That to be able to get 47 kills is ridiculous. Looking for the last player. I don't see them on the map. And there it is. GG's. Appreciate y'all supporting the content. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.